All right, we are live. If hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, would you please make a note in the chat that you can hear me, or if you can't hear me, I would appreciate it. So I wanted to bring to you a market update. What's going on in Pierce County specifically? We're seeing Pierce County is a pretty good representation of the South Sound real estate market as a whole. A lot of it follows similar suit. So Kitsap County, Thurston County, Southern King County, we are seeing a lot more activity in the King County area, a lot more multiple offer situations in King County than we are right now in Pierce County and the South Sound as a whole. But let's dive in, and feel free to ask any questions as we go along. So looking at the median sale price for Pierce County, the numbers are in to close out February. Median sale price increased to $525,500. And so we've been hovering around that as our median sale price. You know, this is a 5-year history that we're looking here at this chart. And you can see each one of these is 1 month. So we've been going up, you know, we've been really kind of keeping right around that 525 price point, fairly stable. That does represent a 4% increase in home values since the same time last year. Now, the median percent of last list price to sale price is 100%. So homes are selling at 100% of their list price, so long as they are priced appropriately. We are also seeing other homes that are not selling, and a lot of times that has to do with the price not being up to date. Now, we're seeing an interesting thing. If we go into the higher market, you know, specifically around North Tacoma and some areas around there, if we go over $1 million, there's been the last 90 days has been really slow as to what we've seen for activity. We are seeing that is now starting to pick up again, though. So it depends on price point, where exactly you're at. We're seeing different things in the market right now. But overall, we're seeing 100% of the list price is what homes are selling for. So it is still, prices are holding. I hear a lot of talk these days of people saying, well, I think I'm just waiting for everything to fall out. And there aren't any indicators suggesting that is a real likelihood at this point. So we're going to dive into this, and so you can decipher for yourself what's going on. We're seeing the median days on market right now in Pierce County for this last month, in the month of February, was 18 days. During that time, you know, it took 18 days from the time a house went on the market to when they received an acceptable offer. So that has dropped since it was around 27 days the month before. Looking at pending sales. So pending means a home went on the market, a buyer and seller agreed to a price under contract, but it's not officially closed. So we saw the number of pending sales was down 3% compared to the same time last year. And we can also see the number of homes for sale is up 12%. So we are seeing an increase in inventory, 12% increase. So that's really good. That's the biggest thing that's holding things back right now, is there are buyers out there, and a lot of times it's just a matter of finding the right fit. So we're seeing more options come available. The number of homes sold, this green graph, is down 10%. So again, this is a 5-year history that we're looking at here. All right, so we're going to go into absorption rate, which is really just a fancy way of saying supply and demand. And within that, we can see a seller's market. Typically, home prices will appreciate when we're seeing at a seller's market, and that's less than 6 months of homes on the market. If we have 6 to 7 months worth of inventory, that's what we call a neutral market. Doesn't really favor a seller or the buyer. It's just kind of a balanced market, and it goes along with inflation. Now, if we have a buyer's market, that's when there's more than 7 months worth of homes on the market, and that's where we see home values fall. So you may have guessed, based on what I was just sharing before about how much inventory there is out right now, we're in a seller's market. So just from last month, we saw months of inventory is currently 1.7 months. We were higher last month, and then it dropped this month to 1.7, or I should say we were higher in January and then dropped in February. Now we're in March. And so as we look at that, we're still very much so low inventory. When we compare, okay, what's a neutral market, balance between buyers and sellers? Well, that would be 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. And this, again, is a 5-year history. We have not been anywhere near a balanced market for quite some time, and there isn't any indicators that we're going to jump in that direction anytime soon. So if you are a homeowner thinking about either wanting to set your house up for success to sell, whether it's this year or down the road, I wanted to invite you. We've got an upcoming home seller workshop where we'll go over what are the improvements, the types of things that are worthwhile to do to your house to get the most bang for your buck when you do go to sell. And we're going to talk about a lot of other things within that as well. So if that's of interest to you, you can private message me and I can get you more information on that as that gets released here. Now, what about interest rates? We are seeing interest rates have stayed relatively steady since our update this last month. So we're still at the same 7% that we were during my update last month. So what that means when it comes to cost is the median principal and interest payment in Pierce County based on our median price right now, $525,000 at 7% interest rate. That's a principal and interest payment, if you were to put 20% down, of $2,714 per month. So that has gone up $80 per month from the same time last year. You might be thinking, how is that possible? The interest rate didn't increase. Well, the median sale price increased. So we jumped up. I think we were at about $510,000, if I remember right, last month as a median sale price. This month it's higher. So that's how that takes place. 40%. What does this number represent? Well, this is a new record, an all-time high. For what this represents is the amount of first-time home buyers that purchased homes nationwide in 2023. So really good to see more people choosing to purchase a home, get out of renting, recognizing the value of home ownership. And I think that's a really good sign for the financial health future of our nation to see that many first-time buyers choosing to get in the market. And as we look at that, you know, this is interesting seeing this is rent over, if we go all the way back to 1988, you can see it goes up over time and it will continue to go up over time. And so buying a home, if you are currently renting, buying a home is a really wise financial move. And it won't always necessarily feel like it in the moment if you have to pay a little bit more in your mortgage than you would in the rent for that temporary period. But as you see here, the comparison of owning a home that is now available, you know, that you've now fixed your costs for the next 30 years versus rent that's going to keep going up, it's a big difference. So if you have questions about that, let us know. You know, there's some great down payment assistance programs as well. So don't be fooled into thinking you have to have 20% down in order to buy a home. In fact, you can buy, even if you're not a veteran to take advantage of VA benefits, there are zero down loan products available within certain areas and, you know, different buyer profiles as well. So we can explore what options do exist on there so you can make an educated decision one way or another. So what are the projections moving forward with our real estate market? This is an election year, and we always see anytime there's an election year, there's all sorts of chatter and conflicting information in the news media, and just the politics and everything drives me crazy. So let's look at the actual like experts. What are they actually saying rather than the media that's going to be trying to influence people and strike fear and all of that. So estimated home price. This is from the HPES. I'm drawing a blank on what home price expectation survey. So it takes over 100 analysts all across the nation, top analysts, financial analysts, and it, you know, those that are optimistic, those that are pessimistic, and everything in between, and says, okay, what do you all think is likely based on all the data that you were like knee deep in? And this is the average of what it all came back at. So in 2024, expecting 3.78% appreciation. The next year, a little over 3%, closer to 4 than 4, a little over 4. So we can see this is healthy, sustainable growth. It's nothing crazy. We're not seeing home prices expected to go backwards. We're not expecting them to do some huge boom either and see 20% plus like we had seen in the past. This is much more sustainable, and this is actually really, really good if this is in fact how things do end up playing out similar to this. So again, if you are considering selling your home, if you have questions and you just want to be prepared, reach out to me, send me a DM, and we can get you information to join our upcoming home seller workshop that I'll be hosting, and just kind of a free educational deal. We're doing it via Zoom. Could also do one on in person if people would like that as well. We've done both in the past, and we can go from there. So just remember, headlines tend to terrify more than clarify. So I'm here to help bring clarity to what's actually taking place. Don't get lost in all the noise in this election year that's bound to just get so political and so annoying, of everybody being so extreme in what they're insisting is taking place or not going to take place. And just know that time in the market ultimately wins out every time over trying to time the market perfectly. So I always say, when is the best time to buy a home? Well, it's the same best time to plant a tree. 20 years ago, next best time is yesterday. The next best time is today. So the sooner you can get a plan into place to get you there, the better you're going to be for the long term of your financial future. So reach out to a realtor today. Reach out to a great lender. We can get you connected to both. Here at the Hauer Home Team, we are a team of realtors that really exist to serve you and the people you care about. And we really appreciate your trust in us to help you do that. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we're here if you need us. Take care.